So, well, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Sue. Yes, I love that music too. Okay. All right, we're going to get started. Welcome, 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 welcome back to the Dream Studio. I appreciate everybody for stopping and being with me tonight. I am Eric V. Jones. I am the owner of A Dream to Remember events, as well as the creator of the Dream Academy. In our academy, we inspire individuals to be able to take their creativity above and beyond by doing that with pipe and drape and event design to take your clients' designs to the next level. With that being stated, we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to be covering a few things. This is probably going to be my last live that I'm going to do when I'm going to cover like multiple things in it. The other coming up lives will probably be segmented into like just one specific topic. But tonight I am going to cover the difference between what's behind me, this pipe and drape system, which people think it is, which is a photography stand. I'm also going to go and I'm going to share my screen a little bit, then we'll pop back out and then I'll start hitting this. Um, but that's what we're going to cover versus getting an actual professional pipe and drape system and the benefits of it and the cons and the risks and all that can come about and they can be involved with it. Okay, I'm going to be covering that. I'm going to be touching the systems that we have that is offered from Canva ETC, which is our preferred supplier. They are in the draping guide. So make sure you go in, grab the draping guide. It's free if you haven't. I also have a paid version of the draping guide that goes into more detail on the system as well as maintenance and other things. It's $15. You can go and grab that. That is going to be out on my website in the Dream store. Along with that, I have coaching that I offer. I offer one-on-one coaching, $50 an hour. I offer draping coaching or business background coaching for anybody that needs the help, the push, whatever they're doing. I don't do mentorship really. I do coaching because I drive you and push you to the next level. That's the thing about it. So the 6 week for either the draping or the business background is $299. It's a steal. It's valued at $997. So jump on it while you can because right now it's at a low rate, but it will go up soon. All right. So that's that. The next thing that is coming up, January 3rd, is the date as of right now, unless it ends up getting changed. But January 3rd is going to be a single draping workshop, which means that we'll cover a single draping design, a whole entire design. I will take you from the start to the end, as well as a bonus and finishing up with something special. So that is $50. Unfortunately, if you didn't catch it, you missed the sale. I had a sale for 15% off for Black Friday. I even pushed it out beyond that over Cyber Monday. I even pushed it out, I think, beyond over to the 3rd of December. But now it is expired. So the special is gone for that. So it is $50. See if I got any questions. Okay. All right. So that is pretty much the main thing that we want to cover. You guys have been doing amazing in the group. I appreciate all of the interactive activity you all have been doing, especially on that question that I did post that was asking you about posting a picture of an inspirational draping that you like. You guys tore it up. It was phenomenal. It like knocked me off of my socks seeing those designs. The reason why I did that is so I can get fine tuned on your style, what you're looking for, what type of draping you're looking for, so I can make sure I pump that content out to you and get you what you're looking for, what you're desiring to design, and beyond that. So I really, really appreciated doing that. So with that stated, we're going to go ahead and jump in. We're going to go and we're going to share our screen. All right. Can y'all see my screen? Let me know if you can see my screen. Give me, what do I want? Give me some stars if you can see it. How about that? I'll see other people joining in. Hey, Lupia, how are you? Hey, Joanne, how are you? Hey, Jonah, how are you? Hey, Dud, how are you? If I am mispronouncing your name, disclaimer. Okay? I'm a butcher of all names. All right? If I told your name up, anything like that, jump in my inbox, slide in my inbox. Don't feel free to say, hey, this is how my name is pronounced. And I'll get it right the next time, I promise. Okay? But let's go ahead and jump in real quick. Let's see here. So y'all are seeing my screen. There is two things that I want to show you, which is over here in this section. There's two companies here. For the sake of this video, I am not going to list their name or mention their names. Unfortunately, yes, you do see them there. I'm going to click on one of these stands because I want to dig and dive deep into this particular stand. The reason why is because I posted it out. Yes, it's in the group. I want to dive deep in the stand with you all a little bit because of the fact that I've seen you all using it, or I've seen individuals use it, not just in here in our academy, in our group, but in other groups as well. All right. So the first thing I want to cover on this particular stand, let me see if I click on it, if I don't lose what I got. It's not gonna let me click on it. Okay, that's fine. All right. So the first thing I want to cover is it says clearly, and you can read along with me. It says that this particular stand is a 10 by 10. First hint, DIY. Okay, do it yourself, adjustable metal heavy duty backdrop stand. That's what catches you all and pulls you into this, number one. Okay, number two that catches you and you miss it, and they kind of put this on the end for a particular reason. It says photography backdrop stand kit with weighted steel base. Okay, that particular stand is a photography stand. It's still not a pipe and drape professional system. If you have this system, it's okay that you have the system. It's quite all right. I have this system behind me. I don't just have it for a reason. Okay, I didn't just buy it just to buy it. I have it because I started out with this stand myself. So I understand where you come from. I've been there. I've done that. I didn't have anybody to teach me from the errors or the mistakes that I'll make by getting that particular type of stand and what will happen or anything like that. So I got this particular type of stand. I actually have 3 of them because I used them at my first event that I designed, which was my own wedding. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Nat, how are you? Yes, I agree, Nat. All right, so we all do that. Do I recommend you to just ditch them and throw them away? No. Okay. There is some reasons that you can keep it. You can put it behind a table. So if it, topples over or anything like that, it's not going to move as much. It'll be okay, but I don't really recommend it as much. The other thing is you may be able to use it for doing like balloon garlands or like that, different things like that. Or you can use it exactly what it's for, and you can use that at your event where you just purchase a vinyl backdrop or a actual just straight backdrop. Okay, just a straight backdrop. It could be the cloth backdrop. I think I can't think. Karen, I think is the one. She purchased a backdrop for Winter Wonderland. She did. She put that backdrop on her professional system, but you can put that on this one as well, as long as that's all you're going to use it for. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Tanisha, how are you? Tanisha, you're not that late. You didn't miss that much. I haven't even dug into the meat yet. Okay. Nat, I keep them for emergencies, like for a set up indoors, more for kids' party behind a tree table. Yes, Nat, exactly. That's what exactly one of the things that I mentioned from that. To keep it for something like that, like I said, especially behind a table, because the table is going to hold a little bit. We're going to dig a little bit more into it, but we're going to jump back to the screen real quick. And look and dive into this a little bit more. Okay. The number one thing on here that catches the eye for this particular type of system is the base plate. The base plate can confuse you because it actually resembles and is close to a actual professional pipe and drape system. Okay. That base is weighted for that particular stand that we're looking at on my screen. But unfortunately, I can pick out the difference because somebody did ask in the group, how can you tell the difference between this stand and if it's a professional stand or not? Well, number one is if you look on it the same way here, you can't see this much. I'll bring it up on the screen with the picture. Looking on that screen, there is two things. Looking at the mechanisms, which is this mechanism here. This has turn knobs. So does that have turn knobs. That's the number one indicator that that's a photography stand. Okay? That's number one. Number two is down on the base, it also has a section where it has some screws that are like this as well. Okay? With this particular stand, size of the base. Hold on, let me see. I got a question. Awesome. I'm here for it. Size of the base. Dieta, were you asking me the size of the base of the screen that we're talking? I mean, the system that we're talking about on my screen. Is that what you're asking me? Let me know. I'll look back at my phone in a minute. Okay, but that's number one. That's key number one on there. Is the mechanism that it uses to hold those bars in place. Okay. The second mechanism is the top. The top on this, of course, is a screw and just a drop. But if you look on my screen, it has some slots in it. It has a cap that's on top of it that can kind of disguise you and fool you to make you think that it has the slots that can probably use attachments. For instance, I'll show you the attachment in a little bit once I get off screen. But it's the balance attachment, but I'll show you in a minute. But it has the slots to put that balance attachment on there. I seen someone posted a post and they put that balance hanger inside of that particular type of system and they said it won't fit. This is what the company told me to get it just won't fit. And somebody told them that doesn't work for that particular system. It's for a professional system. Okay, that's the other key indicator. Along with those particular slots that's on that one, if you pop that cap off, that cap can come off and it's open at the top. So it makes it like it's teeth. With that being like teeth, they can bend, they can fold in, they can even snap on you. Okay, that's the other thing. Let's see, the size of the base, 16 by 14 versus 18 by 18 can be smaller with the DIY kit. Yes, and I'm going to get into that particular base, Dieto, because actually, not even with photography stands, there is one other kit that is with the preferred supplier, Canvas ETC, and I'm going to go over that particular kit. Okay, but yes, you are correct. But I'm going to look at this particular base because no, this particular base is actually, if you look at it, it's an 18 by 18 base plate. Okay, so it's just like, I'm not going to pick that right now because we're looking on the screen. It's just like the backdrop base that we have. I don't know what the weight is on it. I don't know if it tells me on here because it's not going to tell me and go directly into that. But the other thing, let's see, it don't say it on here. Yeah, so I don't see it on there. Okay, so that is one photography type of stand. This is an old school photography type of stand. The difference between the two is levels of professionalism. For photographers, these stands are okay for them because they have things stationary. But it's not okay for certain things they use because some of the backdrop stuff that they use is weighted and it's heavy. And this system may not work for them. So that's the reason why they created the system that's on my screen, because it's a little bit more heavy duty for photographers, but it's not good for draping at premium levels like we do. Okay, so now we're going to jump out of that. Anybody have any questions right now in regards to what we just saw on my screen for the 10 by 10 photography stand versus this photography stand behind me? Hello, hello, hello. For anyone who's still joining, welcome in. Welcome to the Dream Academy. If I didn't get you to, and I thought about it, if you're a new member, you just join into the group. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to the Dream Academy. We are happy to have you. Make sure you reach out to each individual in the group. Introduce yourself, introduce your group, anything like that. And then also make sure that you jump into my inbox as well. You can say hello, you can ask me questions, anything like that. For everybody in the group, guys, my inbox is open. If you got a question, ask it. As they say, a closed mouth don't get fed. Okay? So don't be afraid to ask those questions. All right. So we're going to go ahead and dig into this particular photography stand real quick. And then we're going to move on forward to that. But this particular type of photography stand, like I said, is a stand that I did start with. Okay. Number one, this stand, if I can just take this with one finger and move this stand like this and it's moving side to side, it's not good. Okay. It's not good because if I start with this and then I add on the drapes that we usually are going to use, which are premium drapes, if you use a boil drapes, the sheer or the crush, they're a little bit area and lighter, but you're going to end up using 8 to 10 of them to do a 10 by 10 backdrop to get fullness and to be able to make it opaque because they are so sheer. Okay. If I put that amount of weight on here, it's going to really start to bow in here real quickly. As you can see with my hand, it's bowing just now with me just pushing on it. It's not bowing as much because I only just got a single piece here, but I'll show you in a minute the reason why it really is going to bow on you. Let's see if I got any questions. Tanisha, you're welcome. You are so welcome. That's the reason why I'm doing it. I don't want y'all to make the same mistakes that I have made. That's the reason what this academy is for. I've been there. I've done that. I've done the same thing that you all have done. Don't just look at me as, oh, wow, look at the level he drapes at. Look at what he does. It took me a while to get there. I had to grow, and it was a long process for me to grow in order for me to do that. Okay. I can tell you now, I am certified in draping and event design. I am certified through iWed. Okay. I have no problem with people going to iWed or anything like that. I went as well. If you have questions about it, you're more than welcome to ask me about it. But I can tell you, I am a graduate and alumni of iWed. Okay. So this system here, again, it topple on you. Okay. How did I learn from my mistake from this system? I used it for my wedding. No, I didn't have any problems or anything like that. But when I used it for the first time for my wedding, I saw where things were bowing in. Okay. That's number one why I would never use my wedding pictures. Okay. Number two to that is after I did that for my wedding and I started to take things and started to become more serious about it. and I was draping, and I worked hard. I worked so hard, and I made this fabulous backdrop. A lot of people were stunned over it and were oohing and wowing over it. Okay. Uh, Excuse me. They were oohing and wowing over it. But what they did not know was what was the insides of it. What actually it was. It was actually this particular system. I can't show you now because I don't know where my parts is. They're probably somewhere in the garage or whatever. Um, yeah, so they're probably in the garage. Another day I will show you, and I'll take a picture and I'll throw it in the group, and then I'll say this is what I use when I try to actually use a photography stand. And the particular pieces that I use. So I'll kind of explain it to you. If you go to Lowe's, it's a little bar. I'll grab this. So if we look at this hook, that light got this bright. Hope you can see that. If you look at this hook, and you see it's got a hole here, if you pretend that this is not here and you just got this piece here, if you go to Lowe's or Home Depot, you can find something similar to this without the notches and all this, and it'll have a hole here and it'll have a hole there. I purchased 4 of those pieces, and what I did was, because with the hole, I took 2 of the pieces and I double stacked them where the screw was. Okay. Then when I double stacked it where the screw was, I purchased some additional screws and nuts, and the other 2 holes, I made them look like a screw just like this by pushing them up through it and putting the nuts on it. And it gave me the ability to put this bar in the middle plus a bar in the front and a bar in the back. Okay. Again, I've been there, done that, tried to rig it any kind of way I can. Learn from my mistakes, but when I did that, it caused the system to buckle in the middle, to be extra heavy, and eventually what it started to do is lean this way. And that wasn't good for me. When I realized that was happening and I'm trying to do premium draping for a client, I realized that's a no-no. So what am I getting to? I'm getting to the point to let you know what are your risks. What am I actually risking for my business to use a photography stand? Tanisha, yes, I will make sure I show you that. At the end, I may go and try to run and find it real quick and see. But I don't want to do it right now. But with this particular system, risk. Number 1 risk is you can become a victim of what they all know in the industry of is a lawsuit. We all know that, okay? Another topic, which is another day or anything like that, if you don't have insurance for your business, you should, because it will protect you as well as where you're doing your business, okay? But that's another day. But that falls into that, because what will happen if I have premium drapes and then I have, say for instance, real candles with fire flames or anything like that? If this is behind a head table and somebody steps on my drapes or anything like that because they accidentally pulled them out or anything, and you have fire laying on the front of that table, and this comes and topples this way and falls right on your guest, you're looking at 2 lawsuits. You're looking for 1 because you're going to run a risk of it actually catching on fire, and then 2, you're going to run a risk of it actually maybe falling over or hurting your clients. Okay? That's the reason why we use professional systems with weighted base plates. A lot of people have went to the point to try to weigh these down with sandbags and different things like that. That's fine, that's dandy, but still, what will your clients think of you? What will they think of you if they see you hauling in a stand like this, and then they see a sandbag, and then you attaching a sandbag with strings and stuff to that, and they look at that? Just ask yourself that question. What will my client think of me if I walk into their actual event, especially if they're going to pay you $20,000 to $30,000 to $40,000 to do an event? that you're going to do for them, and then you walk in and do that. So that's for you to just think about and ponder on. Okay, so that's pretty much the gist of photography backdrop stand. So we're gonna I'm gonna play around with it a little bit. Because what I want to show you is a technique that I'm going to give you that's called threading. This is 2 drapes. Okay. So 1 drape panel that's here. So what you have to do and learn is a technique that's called thread ability. Okay. With this system, it's easy. With the other system I showed you, it may be a little bit harder. Even if you have a professional system, just because it's a professional system doesn't mean it may be the right system that you need. Okay, because there are some systems, and I list that in my pay guide, where it may be a fixed base. A fixed pipe and drape professional system. But if that system is fixed and it's fixed at 8 feet tall, I'm not even 6 feet. 8 feet, guess what I'm going to have to do? Get on a ladder and climb up and get up on it. So that is another issue. Some people have them at 7 feet. That's another issue because 7 feet is quite tall. Okay, so that won't allow you to be able to really use as much the threadability that I'm going to show you, that you need to really do it at a shorter level. So threadability. Threadability, number one, you can see now, I can't thread this because I'm actually supposed to drop this bar on my shoulder. So I got a problem. So now I got to lower this. So now I'm lowering this. This is going to take you a long time. So what is money? For draping causes, if you don't have the right system, time is money. So the longer it takes you to be able to finagle with something like this, like I'm doing right now, and you see what I'm doing, it's already making me want to throw it out and throw it in the trash or get away with it or use it for something else, but not for premium draping. I now have it on my shoulder, but as you see, it's still toppling behind me. Okay, so it's making it hard for me to be able to thread, which is called threadability. Threading is putting it on here, and as you see, I can't thread this with threadability on here. So I'm done. See, it's even popped out on the other side and it's moved over there. So I'm done with this system. So there's no way I would continue with doing this system, and I'm not going to continue to be able to show you with it because it's no purpose, no reason. Okay, I am going to show you because of the bowing in the middle. The reason why you get the bowing out of this is because it comes apart like this. It has a weak point. This point right here in the middle causes your system to sag. Now, I can tell you with a professional system, there is only so far you can go and it will sag too as well. If you try to stretch it out to its maximum ability. If you try to put it to the maximum ability, it will start to buckle on you. So if it's, say for instance, if it's 12 feet wide, I wouldn't try to go no more than about 11 feet. If it's a 10 by 10, you can get away with the 10 by 10 because of the way they make it. But when you get into those longer crossbars, it's a different story. Okay, so we're going to put this to the side and we're going to get rid of that. So we are done with a photography backdrop stand because it's just not our friend. But again, keep it for other cases. Like Nat said, you can keep it for emergencies or something like that. But keep it around for those particular situations. Questions, let's see. Yep, Tanisha, absolutely. I agree with you. Threw the whole system away. It's like, why would I continue to do that? It's so much of a simpler system that you can use And when I show you the system, it's like, oh my gosh. And that's the reason why we use professional systems. Okay. Thank you, Rochelle. So we're gonna jump into the professional system. Okay, so we're gonna do an unboxing. I did get some more polls in. So originally I had the system from Canva ETC, which was the 10-foot system, which is part of the Canopy system. So I have two systems that I've showed out into the group. They're also in the new guides that are updated. Um, if you don't have the updated and yours is not updated with that, let me know. I can get you the new one for that guide. I probably will be sending out a mass email for anybody that actually went and got the free guide. I'll send out an email that blasts out that updated guide. Okay. But anyways, with that system, and I'm getting ready to show you in a minute. In the square canopy, it comes with 4 uprights, and you either have the choice to go 10 feet tall or 14 feet tall with that one. Okay, I allowed you to be able to choose the option that need to be fit for you if that's what you want to do with the canopy, because I know a canopy is more at a higher level as far as a higher price point. Rochelle, the free guide, if you go up in the group, if you're on a laptop or anything, then if you're on a laptop or anything, you go to the right of the group and you should see a section that says units, and then you should say free draping guide. That's how you get it. If you're on your phone, and you'll go up, look for units, look for free draping guide, and you'll get the free draping guide. I can jump in the inbox and send it to you later as well. I have no problem with doing that. Okay. All right. So the canopy system, that's the reason why, because it is a little bit more, because the canopy system can be utilized in multiple ways. Number one, it does not come with some of the accessories that the Deluxe kit comes with. Okay. The first accessory that it doesn't come with is your balance hangers. Okay. It does not, in the canopy kit, it doesn't come with your balance hangers. It also doesn't come with your carrying bag, which I have, and I'm going to show you that as well. Let's sit down there. So I'm going to be showing you that as well. So in the canopy kit, it doesn't come with those 2 accessories. You can go in and add those on in Canvas ETC and be able to do that. You are so welcome, Michelle. So with the square canopy, that's the only thing. But you do have an option to go and select the other bar uprights that take you up to 14 feet. Okay, that's just with the square canopy. Now, with the Deluxe kit, the Deluxe kit has one option. It's 10 feet wide, but it goes 14 feet tall. Okay. So I selected that particular kit that way because it sets you up for success. I've seen some people asked about it and asked about the particular price for that kit. And I know it's priced at $280, but if you look at the value versus other kits that are out there on the market, number one, most kits out there on the market, if you start with it, are going to be a 10 by 10. Okay. They won't go 14 feet tall. That's number one. Number two, most of them are not even going to come with your balance hanger. And I'm going to tell you now, none of them are going to come with the carrying case for you. So you can be able to carry your pipes properly. The carrying bag is for your uprights and for your crossbars, but it is not for your base plates. Okay? There is an additional bag you can go and purchase for your base plates, but it does not come with that. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and step into this system of what I have, and we're going to put it together. So the first thing you're going to need, which should be in all of your kits, is a screwdriver. Automatically, hands down. Screwdriver, okay? Before I jump into this, does anybody have any questions? Thank you, Dieta. Appreciate you for that positive review and feedback. Dieta does have my kit. There are some other people that have the kit out there as well in the group. And so if anybody wants have any questions, anything like that, like Dieta said, that particular kit is built and it is very unique. I built it and I built it very unique for that particular reason. And there is more coming down the line when I'm going to be having other kits that are out there as well. Okay, so let's jump in. So the first thing you will get is your base plate. Okay, if you get the deluxe kit, you're going to get two of these base plates. You see my fingers are bending down, number one. Okay, that's because this base plate is about 16 or 17 pounds. Okay, some of them are 15, but it just depends. That's what you would usually say. But it's about 16, 17 pounds. Okay, it's heavy. Okay, it's a 18 by 18 base plate. That is the industry standard. Someone mentioned earlier, I can't remember who mentioned earlier, but they had mentioned about the 16 by 14 base plates. Okay, there's a lot of kits you can go out there on online, Triple E, or you can go on Amazon or different things like that, and they got this particular kit called a mobile kit. Okay, that mobile kit is a 16 by 14 base plate, not a 18 by 18 base plate. Okay, that's the number one thing in a mobile kit. Now, there is a mobile kit, and we do have it at Canvas ETC, but I don't mention it or I don't tell anybody about it unless you're not able to do the actual deluxe kit. Then I will just take a step down, and then we can look at the mobile kit. The mobile kit is totally different. It's going to be like 4 feet tall to drape with, so it's great to drape with that. It'll go up to 10 feet. That's it. It'll go across 10 feet. But as far as you doing premium draping, if you want to put more than 10 panels on it, it's a wrap. It ain't going to work unless you get an 18 by 18 base plate or you actually add more weight to the base plate of that 16 by 14 base plate. Yes, correct, Deanna. Deanna, so she's researching. I expect everybody to do that. Research, look, find everything, compare everything that you need. But I am telling you, I am taking out all of your legwork for you. I am putting it all in front of you and laying it right there for you. Okay? Because I've done that. I've looked, I've checked these different things out. Okay? So that mobile kit in particular, like I said, we do have it as well, but that mobile kit also is not compatible when you want to start doing perimeter draping or doing multiple panels. Okay, that particular mobile kit is only able to do a single backdrop panel for you. That is it. They can't connect to anything else. They're not compatible with anything else. Just like that black photography backdrop stand that looks like a professional stand, it can't be compatible with other systems that we have. Okay? If you need to know about compatibility, jump in my inbox. Ask me about it. I can tell you what will and won't work as long as you send me a picture about it. Thank you, Deanna. I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. And guys, one thing that I can tell you as well is I'm pumping out a lot of things. I'm pumping out a lot of things that's going to be free, that's out there in the industry. It's on YouTube, different things like that. I'm going to help everybody out. I have no problem with helping everybody out or anything like that. But there is one thing that people need to understand in the industry. Okay? This is things that we do. We pump out and we do a lot of things because we spend a lot of time to try to educate everybody about those things. Okay? But along with that, if you invest, if you are doing anything as far as like getting kits from people that are teaching different things like that, inventory, different things like that, draping guides, classes, or anything like that, when we see you taking the step forward to invest into yourself, then we will turn around and invest into you more. Okay? So that means if you're investing and looking into what I have and purchase what I have, I invest more into you. Okay? It's nothing, it's no heartaches or anything like that. It's not that you're not all that or anything like that. We love you all the same. But you have to understand that in this industry, we are pumping out a whole lot of stuff for everybody. And when we do that, we have to make sure that you're tuned and you're ready for it so we can take you to that next level. Because again, the same way you invest your kits and all this stuff, photography stands and all that stuff, if you invest it and you get it and you don't use it, then you wasted what? Again, money. Money is what? Time. Same thing here. Okay? Enough of that soapbox. Okay, back on the system. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody else jumping in? Anybody that is late or anything like that, make sure you go back. You'll be able to catch the replay, but you can't catch the replay until this live is over. Okay? This will also be in the group, as well as I am broadcasting to YouTube. Okay? So 18 by 18 base plate. This is the guy right here. Okay? You get 2 of those in the deluxe kit. Okay? Along with that, the next thing you're going to get is 2 6-inch pins. Okay? The longer the pin, the more it will support your upright for the height. For this particular system, with an 18 by 18 base plate, you can go max about 14 feet tall. After that, you need to move either to a heavier base plate, which is a double of this base plate, which would be like a 30-pound base plate of an 18 by 18, or you need to move it to the next size, which is like a 24 by 24, and it's about 30 pounds as well. So if you want to go higher than that, then you're going to go with the bigger base plate or the heavier base plate, as well as your pin is going to change to about an 18, I mean not an 18, but a 8-inch pin instead of a 6-inch. You can use an 8-inch pin on here as well as a 6-inch to support your uprights even more. But the 6 will do you just fine. Okay? I'm going to sit this up here. All right? So you can see here, there's a hole here. You got a couple holes here as well. Okay? If you want to know what to use these other holes for, then you'll have to catch that either in one of my own online draping workshops, not the single panel design, or my hands-on workshop that will be coming soon. Okay? The next thing you're going to do, get your pin. You have a screw in the middle of it. Screwdriver, that's what your screwdriver is for. You should have it even if you're putting together a centerpiece or anything like that. You should always have a screwdriver. Take the screw out. Okay, screw is out. This particular base plate, it has pieces on it of where your screw goes in, where it pokes out. I'm not sure if you can see it because of the light. Let me see if I get it. Yeah, there you go. I think you can see it now. You can see the indentions where it's out and then it's in. When you put your pin on your base plate, you don't want to put this screw on the out piece, because if you have a carpet floor, it's different. But if you actually have a hardwood floor or a tile and you have the pieces out, then your base plate is going to rock. Okay, your screw is meant to go in and sit flush. Okay, when it sits flush, then you put your pin on the opposite side. So I turn this around. So that's in. I'm going to start putting this on. It's a little hard to achieve trying to do this while it's in my hand. All right. So I'm screwing it down. As you get closer, it gets tighter. You give it some turns and it's going to get super tight. Okay. If you want, you can try to torque it a little bit more, but usually the hand tightness is good enough. Okay. So that's your base plate. That's your pin on your base plate. Okay. One thing is different is this is a slip on base plate, which means your upright slip onto it versus the photography system. It slips on and then you have to clamp it down. You don't have to clamp it with this one. So I'm going to sit this over to the side. While I'm doing this, anybody have any questions? Questions? All right. So you didn't see that as much, but it took us a while to put that one, but that's because I'm demonstrating. But as you can see with that one, I'm done. So that base plate is done. Okay. That base plate has two things to it. I'll bring it back up real quick. It also has an opening here, and this is really just like a handle. That's all it is. Okay. And then it has an opening here. This opening is for stacking. Okay. That means I can take it and I take this base plate and I can stack them together just like that. And they can sit on top of each other. Okay? It does not matter which way they go, if they're front or backwards on the floor. All right? Crossbar. Okay? This is the crossbar. I haven't pulled my uprights yet because I want to show you the crossbar. Plus, the reason why I want to show you the crossbar and what I'm doing first is because this is how you get your measurements and your width to be able to adjust your base plates correctly. Okay? This crossbar goes to 12 feet long. Okay? I'm not going that far with it, but this is the crossbar. Okay? In the Canopy kit, you will get 4 of these crossbars that are 6 to 10 foot long. This one is 12 foot long because I upgraded this. Okay? But for the Canopy as well as the Deluxe kit, it'll be 6 to 10 feet long. And with the Canopy kit, you'll get 4. With the Deluxe kit, you'll get 2. The reason why you get 2 is because you get, in the Deluxe kit, balance hangers to be able to do multiple draping, okay? It does not come again with the Canopy kit, but you get 4 of these, but the Canopy kit can be broken out into 2 individual systems like I'm getting ready to set up here. And I'll demonstrate that once it's together. Professional system. So here, I take it, I put it down. So I like that where it's at. Okay, I'm going to move this one over some. All right, that's moved over. So we should be setting good on that. Okay, so we got our base plate set. We have our crossbar down. Now, for right now, I'm going to show you this system with this particular type of upright. Okay, this upright here of the system I have, it has edge marking. It has edge markings here to tell you the height. Okay, 6 feet. The kits that I have from our vendor are 6 feet tall. Do you see how this matches up to me? Okay, this is a 6 to 10. 6 to 10 has 1 slip lock friction lock piece that is on it. This is a brand new one, okay? As you can see, that is almost pretty much about the same height. But this one is a little bit shorter. But this one goes from 6 to 14 feet tall for this one. 6 to 10 for this one. Okay? In the Canopy kit, you can do 6 to 10 or 6 to 14. In the Deluxe kit, 6 to 14. Okay? All right. So that's unpackaged. Now I'm going to show you two things with this. So I got my edge marking. So I'm going to take it and on my crossbar. That's it. It's on my crossbar. I'm done. Okay. This is the system here. It has the 4 holes here. It does have the slots, but at the top, the slots are lower and it's still connected. Okay, there is no cap. Okay, I'm going to show you the difference with these two. So I'm going to put this one over here. So this one is here. This one is at 6 feet. This one looks like it's not at 6 feet, but that's because it's pushed down into it. Okay. So the first thing you do with this is you don't lift from the bottom. Okay? Don't start this bottom mechanism. Because if you start at this bottom mechanism, you can't get to this mechanism because it's too high on you. Okay? And I'll demonstrate. If I start at the bottom, now the mechanism, I can't get to it anymore. You can't see it, but I can't get to that mechanism to make it go to 14 feet. Okay, so with that, don't start that way. You start with your outer bar, or your bar that's on the inside, but it's more of the outer bar. Okay, so here's your bar here. And when you start with that, then you can lift the other. So it's 2 mechanisms. Okay. This one is a little bit shorter than this, but that's okay. And I'm going to show you why. And yes, they are compatible together. That's at 6 feet. This one actually can go down a little bit more into here, the system. And it's leaner a little bit, but I can adjust it and level it out pretty easily. Okay? So it's leveled out pretty easy. And as you can see, I have 2 different type of uprights. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome anybody that's in here. My camera is fuzzy. Focus back. Come on. Hold on 1 minute. Do I look fuzzy to anybody? Okay, there we go. So it's back. Okay, so as you can see, with this system here, I have 2 uprights. These are 2 different type of uprights. To my right, probably your left, depending on how the camera is when you see it. But on this side here, 6 to 10 feet, 6 to 14 feet, but they're compatible with each other. 2 different looking poles, but they're still compatible. So you still can use it with 2 different type of poles like this. Would I use it like this? No, not unless I'm in a pinch and I just don't have another pole or something like that, and I gotta put some kind of system together when I'm doing perimeter draping. Whole nother subject, but perimeter draping is around the walls, and then you as well as you can do ceiling draping, which is a totally different topic. And we will be digging into ceiling draping as well as aisle draping, and as well as table draping. So we're going to be digging into a whole lot. Okay, so this system here is pretty much, if you look at this side, you're 6 to 10. If you look at this side, this is your 6 to 14. Okay, the only way you're going to get the difference of these is if you actually get the Canopy kit. Okay, Canopy kit, you can get either one. Okay, if you get the Deluxe kit, you only can get this one 6 to 14. Okay, now there is another option, and we can go through it, and I can walk you through it. You jump in my inbox, and I can build you a kit as well and show you how to build it and get that done as well. And then I also can get you in contact directly with Brandy, which is in the group, and she can help you as well. She's the VP of Canvas ETC, and she is in our group. So if you need any questions, concerns of the company, she will answer them for you. Only thing you got to do is put your question in and tag her in it. Okay? All right. So this is the system. The Deluxe system comes with your valance hangers. Okay? These valance hangers here are 3-inch valance hangers. Okay? Those valance hangers do multiple draping. So they go and drop in right into those slots, just like that. So that's one on there. On this side, drops in, just like that, right on this side. Okay? So those are your valance hangers. Okay, so I had to grab another crossbar. So the Deluxe kit gets you another crossbar. Okay, and down right into the hanger. And down right into the hanger. Okay, there you go. This kit here is your Deluxe kit. Okay, Deluxe kit going to give you 6 to 14-inch tall uprights, 2 crossbars, 2 base plates with the pins, but you can't see the pins now, and a heavy duty, sturdy, look how long this is, for your uprights. This bag does not just hold your kit. This bag holds crossbars and uprights up to, I think it's 10 to 12 bars in this bag. When you get multiple kits, this bag is still going to help you as you progress and go along. What I recommend is, if you started with the Deluxe kit, you got your bag, you got those kits, go grab you a Canopy kit next. Okay? And then you got a bag. Or you can get a Deluxe kit and you can get another bag with it. Okay? But the bag is super sturdy. It's got your handles so you can carry it on your shoulder if you need to. It has the zippers on it. It is a super sturdy bag, and it's a steal because it's in that kit. You might want to grab that kit. All right? So that's the bag. Okay? Now, there is another option. If you do decide that I want to go ahead and get another Deluxe kit down the road, you can also achieve A canopy, is that fuzzy again? Yeah, that camera got a whack. There we go. You also can get another deluxe kit. You will have another bag, but that's okay because it'll still help you out down the road. But with that other deluxe kit, what you can do is you'll get two of these. So it takes all of this system to make a canopy if you got this system times two. Because what happens is you get two additional base plates, two additional uprights, and then two additional crossbars, which makes this particular crossbar come off, go to your side. Looking at another system, you'll have another crossbar, and then one will go in front of you. That's one way to work it. Another way to work it is if you don't want to get another deluxe kit, jump in my inbox or contact Brandy. We can get a kit made for you where it does not come with the deluxe bag and everything. And then it's just going to be just this particular kit. That is another option. Yes, that is correct. Deanna, yes, that is correct. So that's why I was mentioning if you buy another kit, yes, you're going to pay extra because you're getting that bag. So that's what I just explained. If you jump in my inbox, I will show you how to create another kit without it there. Okay? But that's that option. So that's my number one reason why. And you heard me speak about it, and you heard me speak about it at the very beginning, the Canopy kit. The reason why I stress the Canopy kit even over the deluxe kit, and if you get it at 6 to 14 if you can. 6 to 10 is still okay. All right? It's totally fine. Most of the places you go into, you may not even go over 10 feet. Okay? There's a lot of hotels. Some ceilings in certain hotels don't go that high. There are some that will, then you need the other one. Okay? But getting the square canopy kit serves more purposes and solves more solutions for you. What that kit does, and that's what I started out with. I actually started out with the square canopy plus the round attachment, which I haven't even showed you as much, but I have it in the group, I believe. I believe I posted the round canopy group. Because if you have the square canopy, you can buy the round canopy attachment and just drop it right on. That's all you'll have to do to go from square to round. Oh, yes, Dieta. Yes, thank you. I understand what you mean now. Yeah, so Dieta said, I mean, if you buy a kit from someone else, it costs $50 plus. Yes, absolutely. That bag, it is. And I'm going to tell you now, I made the mistake. When I had my particular type of system, my system came from Event Decor Direct on one of my systems that I originally had when I started with iWeb, okay? With that, I did not have a carrying bag. So I had to find a solution. So one solution will be is using bungee cords, okay? So on my website, I do have an approved products page, and it does have those bungee cords there, okay? I did put it in the group. I think I pinned it. If not, I'll make sure it's pinned into one of the units. But I bought, and I'll show you right now. I think I have one over here. I guarantee you my kit probably got out of whack. My camera got out of whack. Let's see if it goes back in focus. Yep, there we go. Okay, this bag here, and I bought this bag from CV Linens. Okay, CV Linens is listed in the free draping guide. Okay, that's another thing, guys. Girls, everybody, if you have not got into that free draping guide, it's not just a draping guide. It has vendors in there as well. It has the suppliers in there where I recommend going to, and I've vetted those suppliers out. It's not suppliers that's going to rip you off. Okay? So you can go and get that, and those suppliers carry way more than just draping. That's why this group is not just about draping. It's about draping and event design. Okay? Yes, Tanisha, it is. And I am with you. Yes, you need to increase speaking. I agree with you. You will get there. Believe me. I'm speaking wisdom into everybody that's on this slide and everybody that is in my group. You will get there. As long as you take it one step at a time. Even if you are moving slowly, as long as you're making steps, you are making progress. That is the wisdom that you need to keep pushing and going forward. Again, as long as you are making steps, even if they're small steps, even if they're baby steps, even if it's at turtle speed, you are still making progress. Just don't stop. Okay? All right. So, this bag here, this bag I got from CD Linens for my pipes, and you see this bag, and you see it's not even that wide. This bag, I mean, it served a purpose, and it got my pipes to the event that I was doing. But my pipes were so long that this end is here and it's sewn together. But what I had to do to make it work is I had to cut this end to even make it work to fit my pipes. It didn't work for me. Because why? Because I tried to cut corners and save money. And in the long run, now I have this bag and it's really kind of useless to me. Because now I can't really do that much with it because I've even cut it open and it doesn't work that much for me. Yes, Glenda, I hate it too. That's why I just dropped it like that. Drop it like it's hot. Because the bag is worthless. We all do it. We're all human. We all try to look for the cheapest route that we can do. But in the long run, what do we end up doing? We end up paying for that because we end up trying to go the cheapest route and we end up paying 10 times more than what we could have paid if we would have went the right route. Okay? And welcome, Glenda. Welcome, welcome into the live. I didn't see you in there. But again, so I'm going to show you a comparison. Even look at these handles on here. Look at those sturdy handles of this bag. That handle is sturdy. Okay? That's the side hand. I mean, that's the end handle. Then you have the carry handles. You have the zipper on here. I mean, look at this. It's massive. I mean, I'm just, guys, I mean, with this bag, I'm just now getting the bag from the company. I'm opening this up with you. That's why I said some of the stuff I'm packing with you. A lot of the stuff I've had already. But look, I mean, look at this bag. Oh, I'm sorry. You've been here for a long time, Glenda. Hey, Glenda. Okay, yeah, you was looking at vendor core direct for a bag. I've been searching for a while too. But Glenda, this bag right here, I'm telling you, get it. Guys, just because with Canvas ETC, I am mentioning those kits. Canvas ETC has way more than this. Canvas ETC has a whole nother system that is not compatible with this because it's another premium level kit that's called a Versatop system. And in the Versatop system, there go my camera again. Okay, and even in the Versatop system, it is actually an inversion system or a regular system. It's compatible to what the system you may have heard or known of called Castletop. This system blows Castletop out of the water. I'm telling you that now. It's not compatible with anything else. You can convert these systems to Castletop, okay? But The inversion system is built into it. You can not take the parts and pieces off. You can bang it on the ground. You can drop it on the ground. It's indestructible. You can knock a hammer against it. I don't recommend it. I will find some of the videos and show you of it. But also, the slip lock piece that's here on the inversion system is on the bottom, which means that you raise your backdrop from the bottom up. That is the power of this company that I have vetted out. They have a lot of accessories. If it's any accessories that you don't see that they have, let me know. I'll let you know if we can get them in. If we can't get them in, we'll find another solution another way. Absolutely, Glenda. It does not have a zipper. Hey, listen, how's it going? So, zipper. Look how deep and open. Look at this bag. I mean, just look how wide it is. I mean, it can look. It can go over me. It can fit me in this bag, and I'm a big boy. Okay. So this is the bag that comes with the deluxe kit, but it can be purchased separate. There is also additional bag for the carrying of the base plates. I do not have that. Okay, so this system is together. So now we're going to get into some fun stuff. Enough about the basics of this system, but I just covered and went over, make sure it's back in focus. I just covered and went over the basic system that you can have either at 6 to 10 feet tall or 6 to 14 that you can have. But it's not all about just canvas etc. Okay, you guys can go to Georgia Expo, that's in my draping guide. You can go to Vent Decor Direct, that's in my draping guide. You can go to IEEE, that's in my draping guide. Okay, I have those companies in my draping guide because, guys, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter where you get your kit from. I want you to get your kit wherever you feel comfortable. But what I'm telling you is the company that I have vetted, I vetted it for a reason. Because I've been looking a long time for a company that's going to bring you premium equipment and be able to solve problems at the same time. Okay? As well, so with this system, let's see, we're going to go and dig into threading that we dug into earlier. Let me get this bag. All right, so my camera keeps getting out of focus for some reason. All right, we're back in business. Okay, sorry about that. I'm not understanding why this camera. Technology. So, before we jump into this, I can tell you right now, I am a IT person, okay? I work full-time. I do my business part-time, but I work full-time. So, I do my business part-time right now. I am just like everybody else. I am looking to eventually go and get away from my 9 to 5. Okay. But in my professional field, I work as an IT person. I work on computers, I work on network, I work on telephones, all this kind of stuff. So with me saying that, and why am I talking about that? Well, number one, you didn't know that about me. Number two, technology. Sometimes technology is going to work for you. That's going to work the best for you. Sometimes technology can be just a pain for you. It's technology, unfortunately. But what can we do? That's what we are living around now. That's what's making our lives better, right? Any questions? Any questions from anybody? Y'all are quiet now. Y'all had me pumped and ecstatic. Now y'all quiet. Y'all are quiet. What's going on? Okay, so we're gonna jump back in. All right, no questions. Thank you, Rochelle. All right, so this kit, okay. So deluxe kit or your kit wherever you purchase it from. So with this kit, I'm gonna go ahead and take this additional crossbar off and the balance hanger. This one is stuck. Okay, balance hangers are off. Before I jump into threadability, next level bonus for you. Okay, there is another attachment. Go. There is another attachment. These are balance hangers as well. Okay, these are 8-inch balance hangers. Okay, these balance hangers, do you know what they do? Can anybody answer the question? I want to see if somebody can answer the question of what these balance hangers do. See if anybody knows what 8-inch balance hangers can do for you. No problem, Deborah. You can remember, you can catch the live back in the group. Just maybe jot down where you left off or anything like that. If you jump back in, great. If not, this live is going to be in the group. All of my lives in the group will never be taken down. Y'all will always have access to them. You always can go back and search and find anything that you need to find that's been talked about in the group. Ding, ding, ding. Deanna. Yes. Actually, you are halfway there. Triple. Yes. Triple. Yes. So this can go into your upright. And then you can put one bar. You got one bar here. You can put another bar here. And then you can put another bar on the outside. Okay. With you doing that, and I'm going to bring it up front to show you because I know that was just on there. Let's see. Can you see that? There you go. So here's the hook piece here. Then you have 2 slots here that you can put a crossbar in, and then another crossbar. But the end crossbar can be special. Okay? Yes, Glenda. That's the other half. That extra crossbar at the end of it allows you to put chandeliers and other attachments to your backdrop. That's what that's for. That's your bonus for tonight. All right. Thank you, Dieta. Thank you, Dieta, and thank you, Glenda. So let's go into and let's dive into what we talked about earlier, threadability. Okay, so what I am using, in case anybody asks, I am using fabric that is from my local wholesaler here. I suggest you to look in your own backyard at your own wholesaler too. I also have fabric from Event Decor Direct, and I also have fabric from Fabric Wholesale Direct. Okay, Fabric Wholesale Direct has a particular type of fabric like I have here, but some people have asked the question about what should I start with fabric. You should at least start with a sheer fabric, and it should be crushed sheer is going to be easier to manage for maintenance than the regular shear, but you can start out the regular shear. I have regular shears, I have crushed shear. Which one do I use more? I use crushed because I don't have to steam it as much as I do with my regular shears. Okay. Now, the other level to that is there's another fabric that is out there on the market that is pretty reasonable, and you can start with it as well. But I really don't recommend it as much. I really want you to get the feel and understanding of your voile fabric, because your voile fabric brings you some of your romantic draping as well as the fabric I have in my hand. But you need to see both of those worlds, because then those two fabrics are kind of like on the lower end. Then you get into the higher upper ends where you get into your satins, your sequins, your velvet, your crushed velvet, all of those different blends. And then that's like way up on the other end of the spectrum. But this fabric here I have gotten from my local wholesaler. This is a stretch fabric. So as you can see, it's stretching. Okay. It is not spandex. Okay. I do know, and I have not researched to purchase any. I do know that CV Linens has some spandex fabric, and it's called four-way stretch. So they're saying it's spandex. I don't know yet. I'm looking at trying to get it, but I'll let you know once I do have it. But this particular fabric here is an interlock knit. Okay. Walmart has, I think it's called a poly interlock knit, or a interlock knit poly blend, for like $1.97 a yard. Okay, but there's a special way you got to get it. You usually have to go into the store and then scan it with your phone, because usually on the phone online, then it's the price, and then take it up to customer service and see if they'll match it. If not, you just have to buy it off of your app and then go back and pick it up in the store. Okay. But that's $1.97 a yard at Walmart if you can catch it. Okay, everybody's catching on to it, so it's going and going and keeps going. This fabric here came from my local supplier here in Houston, Fabrictopia. Don't care, I share out vendors with you. Okay, but this fabric here, as well as Walmart, and as well as Fabric Wholesale Direct, which is theirs, is called like a jersey knit, interlock knit. Let me see if I have questions. There you go. So Glenda has it. Glenda, so you say it's sticker. Do you recommend it, Glenda? What do you think? Tell me what you think about it. You don't have to tell me now. You can drop me in our inbox or something like that or whatever. But this fabric here, okay, it's a two-way stretch. Okay, spandex is four-way stretch. What do I mean by four-way and two-way? Two-way. If I turn it this way and I try to stretch it, it don't stretch. Okay, that's the difference. Four-way, it's going to stretch either way you put it, which means it's going to drape romantically for you. But this will drape just as romantically as well. If you go back in the group and if you look at the pictures that I have in there of my swags, you will see the pleats and how it pleated, and it swagged just as romantically. And this was the fabric that was used. Hey, Tanika, welcome. All right, so now we're going to go on to threadability, okay? So take it off. So we talked about threadability before with the photography system, and you saw that when I was moving and all that, the system was moving. When I moved back and forth, it was moving. It was about to top over towards the front, and you see what it's doing now? That system over there, it ain't really moving. And even if I pull it, it's not really going nowhere as much. So the technique that I have this bar over my shoulder for threadability, because I'm going to take my fabric, because it didn't allow me to do it with a photography stand. But here, I pull it, and you see how easy I'm able to do that? And I have a panel on already. I drop it back on there, and that's one panel already on there. We're going to do another panel. I'm going to open it up, thread it on, That's 2 on there already, just that quickly. Okay? Another panel. The other side works just the same way. Just that quickly. This is my last panel I'm putting on this. For a 10 by 10, when you're using this interlock knit or a stretch spandex, because this fabric is more opaque than your voile fabric, and I'm going to cover another live with fabric comparison as well. Thank you, Glenda, for that review on that. All right, so here, with this fabric here, the interlock knit, you can see I have black behind me, but you can see this white so well with this fabric. Now, with the voile fabric, if it's the crushed or if it's just the regular sheer, again, I told you before, it's going to take you 8 to 10 panels to go on a bar for it, but it gives you a more soft, romantic feel. Okay, but to cover that fully, 8 to 10 panels. Okay, you can do 8 at a 10-foot wide span, and then your pole covers. Okay, if you want to know how to do pole covers, I'm not going to show it in this live. Go back and look at another live that's in the group, and it talks about pole covers as well as leaning candles, and it also talks about uplighting like this behind me. I will eventually be breaking those out into sections, but it'll be on the YouTube section. So if you haven't gotten into YouTube, then go on and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you will find a lot of things that's going to be uploaded as well. And I will take some of the things that's uploaded to YouTube and share them back into the group as well. But make sure you go out, subscribe, hit the notification button so you'll know when new videos are uploaded. All right. So as you can see, so this is my middle. So I'm doing another technique for my pleating with my fabric here. And I'm putting it together and expand it out. But you can see how beautifully this and quickly this pleats together and starts becoming full. Now there is more work that you can do with it. And I know I'm talking to you with my back to you, but it's because I'm putting this fabric back here. So as you can see behind me now, with this, how full this panel is with just 4. You can go 6 and make it even more fuller, okay? So go 6, make it even more fuller, okay? But with this particular fabric, the interlock knit, this is kind of what's new and what's hot on the market right now. A lot of people are going to this because you can take it and you can swag it, and you can see how it can easily swag, different things like that. You see how it goes together. But along with that, my other pet peeve to that is with your system, don't leave your system like this, okay? Don't leave your uprights uncovered. As stated before, I'm covering this up with my pole covers, okay? My pole is now covered. My hardware is covered. Okay, cover your poles. Okay, my poles are covered. Okay, I have fullness here. This is your basic system. Only thing missing is attaching on another crossbar if you need to, but this is your basic system. Going a multiple step deeper, then we dive into either the single draping design class or the hands-on draping workshop that is coming soon, or the virtual draping workshop that's probably going to be launching sometime probably around about maybe February, maybe January. Depends on how I work it out. Okay. But the single design will show you a lot of these basics plus more, but it'll actually do an entire design. The hands-on as well as the virtual workshop, we will be covering about 3 designs that's going into that section plus other bonuses. All right. So we're about to wrap this up tonight. So we've covered quite a bit. We've been on here quite a bit, but this is your basic system. You have your pole covers. Again, if you want to catch that, I will launch a separate video into YouTube. I'm editing that video, but if you want to catch it, then you have to go and catch the other live that's in the group on the pole covers and how to do that. With this system, no, this is not all. This is not it. So that's why I was saying when I was talking to you with my back against you, there is called techniques. Okay, there is a lot of techniques that is learned that you need to know. And to go into all of those different details of those different techniques of things that you need, how to polish your system, how to polish your panels, and how to polish your pleats, all those different things, those you'll get out of those particular workshops. All right. So does anybody else have any other questions? Deanna, you are more than welcome. I appreciate you for sticking around with me through the whole live. Everybody that stuck around, I appreciate it. Anybody that had to drop off, I totally understand. Catch the replay. But does anybody else have any other questions for me? Now's your time to ask. You may get a bonus out of it. All right. So there is nothing else. Thank you all for sticking in with me. Again, remember, subscribe out to the YouTube channel. Hit the notification button so you'll know when we upload new videos. Those are free and they'll be out there. Keep doing what you're doing in the industry. Keep pushing forward, even if it's small steps. Keep going. You got this. Just don't stop. With that being stated, I am Eric Jones. I am the creator of the Dream Academy, and I appreciate everybody that is sticking around and checking out my lives and being with me on this journey as we go along and we progress and learn together as one. Okay? Without a team, it just don't work. Okay? My motto is teamwork makes the dream work. With that being stated, thank you. Have a good night.